Dragon Ball Super episode 77 is now officially in the history books, and in this video we're going to be sharing and discussing our thoughts and predictions on the upcoming Dragon Ball Super episode 78. And joining me here today to tackle the subject is the Dai Shinkan Emosh, as we share our thoughts alongside everyone else's in the comments as to what may or may not happen in next week's episode. So first off, Emosh, welcome back to the channel. I know you've seen episode 77, because judging based on your reaction on your channel, you've absolutely just blew a load, and I wanted to ask you your thoughts going into episode 78, because now finally we have the Universal Tournament happening, and we have all these characters being shown, all these gods, and it's thanks to Goku that now he reminded the Omni-King about this tournament, because he forgot, and now he's putting everyone at risk of being destroyed and everyone losing their lives. So I wanted to ask you and talk to you more or less about episode 78 and what you believe is going to happen during that episode, because I think personally, having to focus more on the Grand Priest, I think that just like in this episode, he's going to be going around and making the rules and going about, you know, issuing what's going to be going down and pretty much summoning the gods to let them know about the event. So what are your overall thoughts going into next week's episode and pertains to what's going to happen with the overall story?
Dude, I am so fucking excited. I can't even put it into. I'm still stuck on 77.
Especially on the intro too, man.
Oh my goodness. Like from start to finish, they had moments where everything was so, and I'm sorry, I know this discussion is about 78, but I'm still stuck on 77. And I think a lot of the things that happened into 77, I think we need to take these things, hold on to them, and walk into them with expectations, even beyond episode 78. Because there were so many things that happened, and even from start, like if you look at the start of it, right, and past the intro,
right,
we see the two Omni-Kings playing ping pong, they're flicking the planets and everything like that. That's a big indication as to who the primary, like, the danger is. And then later on in 77, it's clearly mentioned by Beerus that Zeno is the real danger here, and I think it's much more deeper than him just being afraid of him. There's something
He's unstable.
about it.
He even told Goku
Yes.
it's not
Yes.
good to be in communications with him because
Yes.
you don't
Word
know his
for word.
mood.
Exactly. Word for word, he said that Zeno may look noble and innocent, but it's his innocence that is the real threat here. And Goku's very naive, he's very nonchalant, he just doesn't give a shit, and he's kind of selfish if you think about it. I mean, just because we saw that he got hit by a bullet, and a little bullet left a scar on him, which is an indication actually which worries me. And even we saw some worries, we saw some concern in Beerus when he asked Goku about that scar on his arm. But going into episode 78, bro, I am so fucking
Did you not see
hyped.
Beerus's reaction? Like, he was just sweating out of his ass.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about him potentially destroying Goku in that scene.
Oh no,
but
he was like, the tension is there, and he could have, especially during episode 77 when he was gonna Hakai Goku. Goku kind of outsmarted him when he threw the button up in the air, and then he had another one. It's pretty funny on that specific scene, but either way, it's like Goku just doomed everyone. Goku has doomed everyone based on even what you said on selfishness. Now we go into next week's episode understanding that now we have all the gods gathering around. Everyone's gonna be there. We see the clown, we see the elephant, we see various different others. I believe that there's like a fish-looking god. There's so many of them, and they're all together. And we see how the Grand Priest, like, you know, he opens up his arms and he's talking. So now we have the gods being aghast, and they don't know what's going on here. Now they realize that yes, the universe, their universe, is in danger based on Goku's, you know, selfish needs on having this tournament, on fighting potential fighters even stronger than him. You know, that jeopardizes his own universe. So what do you think next week's episode is going to be, you know, solely based on? And again, if you guys have any comments of your own, drop them down below, because myself and Emosh want to hear as to what you guys have to say about next week. But what are your overall thoughts on the Grand Priest and Zeno?
Okay, I think, 78 is definitely going to be the reveal for all the gods. Officially, they're going to make their debut. We're going to see them. I don't know what I would like to see them. I'm expecting it. I'm expecting to see some kind of communication between them, like not just them descending upon their pillars, but more so I would like to see them speak. I want to know how they sound. I want to see how they act. I want to see the dwarf god, bro. I want to see him, because I didn't see him in when all the gods were assembling.
He looks mean. He looks really mean.
But and him and his t-shirt, bro. But aside the t-shirt, because I know you hate it, I just had to bring it up.
I hate the whole t-shirt concept so much.
But bro, I just want to see their demeanor. I want to see them how they act. Beerus is shitting bullets at this point, and I know he's pissed off at Goku, but I also know at this point he has no choice but to bite the bullet here, literally, and just push Goku beyond his limits, because it is in fact Goku who got everybody in this mess. So Beerus needs to make sure that he is on top of Goku like a fly on shit. That he's a fly on shit. He's on top of Goku like a fly on shit. And I don't mean to repeat myself, but I cannot express the concern. And the concern for Beerus, every other God of Destruction, I mean, based on what we saw in previous, they just seem to be, okay, we're here. Let's do it. But Beerus is concerned beyond belief, and I think he knows something about not just the Dai Shinkan, but I think about the Omni-King, because now all of a sudden, because look, bro, all these trailers, all these speculations, all these theories we've had up until this point have pointed to the Grand Priest. All of a sudden, just like that, the snap of a finger, now everything is, oh, the Omni-King is the real danger here. He's the problem. So I don't, bro, my head is twisted. I'm still stuck on 77, but 78, bro, I can't. I just want to see how the gods react, how the gods talk, their demeanor.
I want to see their reaction. I want to see one god speak out and say, whose idea was this? And for everyone to go, that guy over there.
You know what? That could be why Beerus is fucking going crazy too. Like, oh, all the gods are looking at me now.
Yeah, they're looking at Goku like, you
it's
son
my
of a bitch.
fucking fault. I should have destroyed him. I should have Hakkai'd him in the face.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
in
exactly.
the face.
Beerus is gonna, no. And then they're gonna look at Goku and they're gonna say, what universe are you from? Oh, I'm from Beerus's universe. And they're all gonna turn their attention to Beerus and they're gonna say, you son of a bitch. Like, you allowed this. Like, I can see that happening. Although, you know, again, don't take that as confirmation, guys. How crazy would it be if Beerus not only just points at Goku and says, this was the idiot that, you know, created the idea, but also everyone looks at Beerus like, you should have Hakkai'd him when you had the chance, and now you're gonna have us pay for your mistakes.
But you know what though? If I'm correct in my assessment, I do believe they have seen him on Gatsu fight already. So it could be aware.
This up. Gee, the whole Gatsu thing.
I mean, it is worth mentioning.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
definitely.
That I assume they're aware of, you know, at least they have a brief understanding as to who Goku is.
Right.
So I would imagine that it's because of that certain gods, especially when he's fighting that Rey Mysterio, Deadshot-looking dude, or Buzzswole.
He's gonna be a problem, and we're gonna talk about this in our next video.
I mean, when they introduced him, based on the leaks, he looked like he didn't fit in with the clown and the angel, but now all of a sudden you take off his hood and it's Deadshot.
No, definitely. And I want to let you guys know that me and Emish are going to cover that video, hopefully enough tomorrow. But there's a lot to talk about him, because there were certain things that I picked up that I showed Emish that blew his mind away.
Oh, my goodness.
And we're going to talk about that little reveal tomorrow. But this person is definitely going to be someone that's going to push Goku, I think, because we see during the intro how Goku's getting pushed back a lot. And that forces him to become a Super Saiyan Blue, and then something even beyond that. So who knows? But I definitely agree with you. I think that the gods should actually, you know, instead of just standing around and saying, okay, they should all, you know, start questioning things like, all right, well, whose idea was this?
You know, I don't mean to cut you off, but this is good for them, bro, because we have not seen anything from any God of Destruction as of lately.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It serves them right. And I, like I said, I don't support Goku's selfishness. Right? And even the way he was acting towards Vegeta was a problem. I didn't even like that.
Oh my god, when he told Vegeta, so what? I mean, I had my kid,
you're not the one
giving
birth. Yeah, I was dead. Who gives a shit? Like, he's a savage. And like I said, it is comedy, but at the same time, it is him kind of showing that now that we go into Dragon Ball Super, not only has he become stupid, but he's become kind of selfish in a way. And it's that alone, bro.
That's gonna catch up to him.
Yeah, man,
That's gonna catch up to him.
Goku at this point. Bro, you know what though? I will say at least Vegeta has something to fight for now. Because I did mention in my reaction video that it was a big step for him to actually pass up on training, to actually be there for his wife.
Oh no, that was incredible. I think that's the first time Vegeta ever passed on training.
That's the first time I've seen him do that, and at the same time, I think that's necessary for him to actually be one step closer to quote unquote being more pure-hearted. Yeah. And I think that alone will allow him to be stronger in terms of, especially going into this tournament, walking in, yo, I just had a baby. There's no way I'm gonna let anybody fuck with my new baby. But going to your point though, this serves the Gods of Destruction right, man, because they've been so lackluster and lazy. So much shit has gone down, and at this point, it's just like fuck it. Like, you know what? They deserve it. And I just, yo, bro, I feel bad for Champa.
I don't know. I think Champa's gonna be pretty set here. I don't think that Champa has a lot to like really focus in on, because let's say for example, if the rules are different and if killing's allowed and if certain things are allowed to pass on through, then his boy Hit should have no problem.
Here's the thing. Before you even mention Hit, the reason I feel bad for him is because as of lately, they've portrayed him to be a joke. Like, he's always been on the losing end. And that's what I meant when I say I feel bad for the guy, because he doesn't have legitimate fighters on his team. Botamo, Magetta, all those guys are jokes.
Yeah, but think about this: Botamo does have the ability to take someone's attacks and send them somewhere else, and Magetta's pretty. He's decent for what he's worth. But of course, you have Kaba, whose potential's great, and you have Hit, who's a straight savage.
It all rests on Kaba and Hit.
But either way, next week we're gonna have all the gods gathering. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that the fighters themselves are going to gather, because first we have to see it. Not unless they rush things. I think that episode 79 is going to showcase the fighters.
And if they show them, I might have a heart attack next week if they show the fighters too.
I mean, no, I really think that towards the very end, they're going to showcase the fighters, and that's going to lead into episode 79. However, if you guys are expecting to see all-out action brawls and stuff, don't expect that yet, because we still have to introduce the narrative of the story, of the rules, and what's at stake, and all these things. But who do you think, which universe do you think is going to have, the most to lose here? Just judging based on, the preview and all of them coming down and descending on these pillars.
I think between 6 and, I think Gowasu is 10, right?
Goasu's 10.
I think 6 and 10. Not only because, those are the only 2 universes we've had any kind of interaction with. But Goasu's universe we haven't seen anything from Gowasu. The only thing we've seen from his actual respective universe is nothing but naiveness and weakness. If you look at it from a perspective where Gawasu's nature, the things that happen with Zamasu, excuse me, and I think that alone says a lot about you, especially if you're the hierarchy, if you're the overseer of your respective universe. That says a lot about what you have to offer, especially when you put yourself in a tournament like this. Again, I could be wrong. I'm just saying it based on what we know. But I also think Universe 6 has a lot to lose, mainly because they are the mirror of Universe 7, so that could be a potential problem. And the Saiyans of Universe 6 aren't necessarily known for fighting. They fight for good, but they aren't necessarily known for breaking new heights of power, so I'm deeply concerned for them. And I as a whole, I do like Champa, not as a god of destruction, but I like him as a character. He's funny, and I would like to see more from him. I would like to see more from him and Beerus as a whole, but I definitely want to see. I'm looking forward to Beerus's demeanor in this episode, bro. Honestly,
there were a few people in the comment section that were talking about, man, this episode was really slow, and even
really?
some people, during my breakdown review, there was one person who said that the episode sucks. One person made the comparison in saying that the Goku Black arc started much more dark, in which case is true. Yes, that very first episode started off very dark, very you didn't know what was going on. You had this unknown killer going around blowing shit up, but you have to give this arc a chance, because we literally just started this thing. So what about, I wanted to ask you also, what are your thoughts on Beerus's reaction to all of this and telling Goku to gather up the fighters? Because we also have Goku asking Gohan to join, but he's very hesitant. Why is he so hesitant? Why do you think that's the case?
I mentioned it in a video I did, and I mentioned that apparently, according to what we see on the end of this episode 77 going into 78, apparently the rules, everything is laid out there, so everybody's aware as to what's going to happen, which also might lead me to believe as to why Beerus is shitting bullets at this point. But at the same time, and I mentioned in my segment where I talked about why Gohan is hesitant to agree, right? And this is where I spoke about where I had to give credit to Krillin, but not Krillin as a character, but more so his supporting cast, meaning 18 and his daughter,
right,
where they actually pushed him to get up off his ass. Videl is not doing that. And you would think, having a daughter like Pan, who's so innocent and so cute and beautiful, that you would want to protect something like that, especially if your father is asking you to come fight on his side. He's not asking him to fight a one-on-one, and based on the spoilers of what we know so far, he's looking for 2 allies, correct?
Right,
so,
yes.
Why would you pass up on the opportunity to fight alongside your father to represent not only your family and not only your universe, but to pass up on the opportunity to do what you normally would? I don't think it's fear, because look, he had no problem fighting against Wadagash. And don't get me wrong, before everybody says, bro, that was just filler, that was just something to give the Gohan fanboys some glimmer of hope. No, it's not that. It's the point is, he has the opportunity to do now what he normally would do as the Great Saiyaman anyway. Anything that poses a threat, anything where he has to fight, he could enter the tournament as the Great Saiyaman. Nobody's saying he doesn't have to do that. But I do knock him as a character, and this is where I have to let go of Gohan as a character, even though, yes, we do see him in his fighting gi, but at the same time, I have to knock him as a character, because this isn't a joke, you know what I'm saying? And you're hesitant to agree. Why? Because you're a scholar. You being a scholar has nothing to do with what you're capable of doing. Your father's and what was beautiful about 77 is we finally got to see some interest in training from Goten. until Chi-Chi tried to come and fuck it up. But my point is, though, Gohan needs to stop acting like a little bitch. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there.
Oh no, and he is gonna stop because he's on the team.
Yeah, definitely.
But the whole
he has to
hesitation
stop.
thing, I understand. Maybe it's coming from a point of view to where he's looking at Goku and Vegeta, and he's saying to himself, "Well, I'm nowhere near you. It's like, what use am I in? If you guys are way above me, you can handle everything that comes, your way or even my way. Like, what if there's something I can't handle? It's like you guys can handle it easily. So what's the point of me keeping me around?"
But you know what, bro? Honestly, if you ask me, we're seeing that from practically every character who isn't Goku and Vegeta at this point. We're seeing that too much. We're seeing too much doubt, and we've seen nothing. We've seen no preparation for this tournament whatsoever, which drives me insane.
No, I think that's something that all of us are complaining about, how nobody's training. But then again, this reflects back to when Goku and Gohan were preparing for the Cell Games, the 10-day period when Goku was outside with Gohan, making him reflect on life. So maybe everyone right now is reflecting on life, because if someone tells you, like, all right, you have everything to lose, you look back on those memories and you're like, oh my god, like, all those beautiful moments I had, like, that's all in jeopardy because of one man's stupidity. What I really want to see are the gods throwing a temper tantrum and saying, wait, whose idea was this? And I really want the blame to be on Goku, because then all the gods can tell their fighters, yo, you see that dude over there? Whenever you get a chance to fight him, you hit him first. Just knock his ass out first. Like, that would be gold.
But more so, I would love to see how Goku reacts to all of this, bro.
Oh, he's gonna be
the amount of shit.
You know what's crazy?
The amount of shit he just stepped in.
Imagine he just starts approaching everyone. He's like, "How strong are you?" And bam, starts punching people in the face. Like, dude, like
I wouldn't put it past him, honestly.
Goku is that type of guy.
Hey, you want to spar for a little bit? You want to spar for a little bit?
You want to spar for a little bit? You want to spar for a little bit? Yeah. You want to spar for a little bit? Hey, you're a clown. I want to see Vegeta's reaction upon seeing the clown, because then he can tell Goku, oh, I thought there was just one clown in the universe, but now we have ourselves a clown club.
We have two clowns, yeah. Hakai.
That'd be great. Yeah, exactly. See, this is what I think excites the community, because we have a lot to talk about and there's so much to visually take in, and we can't knock the animation and the art, because that was beautiful.
Oh my god.
Finally, they really did a great job. They have a really fucking great job.
Oh my god, it was so... I'm actually eating as we're doing this this discussion, and forgive me for doing that, because I was starving. That's how hungry this episode made me. I was so excited I forgot to eat.
It was beautiful. Like, I think the overall execution, like the way it looked, I was like, yo, is this a movie?
Yes, it felt like a movie, and it wasn't even rushed. That's what I loved about it. It wasn't rushed. They're taking their time, and I can appreciate it. Now, I just want to address the people who are upset, who are saying that this episode was slow. Again, I respect your opinion, and I'm sure Unreal does too. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I have to say that you cannot compare something of this magnitude to something so minuscule like the Goku Black Arc. Don't get me wrong, the Goku Black Arc was magnificent. I'm not knocking it, but now we're reaching a point where not just one god is involved. We have every single one in existence getting involved. You can't just throw everything splat on, because now you have one section of people who are complaining that the episodes are rushed. Then you have one section of people who are complaining that no, it's taking too long. You can't make everybody happy. You got to give it a chance. And I guarantee you, if this animation, the artwork, and what was happening, the serious tone, how everything went from la-di-da-di-da to a dark and serious tone. I'm not sure if you guys peeped the new music, the new theme songs that were playing in the background as some of these scenes took place, right? But they had those moments there where it's designed to amp us up, and I'm sure that a lot of people after watching 77 are excited for 78, and that I feel that is what the goal should be. When you watch anything, when you watch an anime or when you watch an episode of anything, you should end the episode with that feeling in your heart that, oh my god, I am pumped and I cannot wait for the next episode. And they did that here. So for those of you guys who are knocking the episode, please watch it again. Look at the dialogue. Look at the serious tone that it's there. It's clear as day. Give it a chance, and I'm sure it'll grow on you. Just give it a chance.
Let us know what you guys think down below on episode 78, because I think episode 77 was definitely a great build-up, having to have the tension between Beerus and Goku and Whis. Even Whis agreeing with Beerus and saying, no, it's not a good idea for you to talk to the Omni-King. Like, they're telling him, like, yo, stay away. It's not a good idea. Like, all it takes is one little slight mood change, and then this guy can fuck shit up. So post your comments down below, guys. What are your overall thoughts on episode 78? Do you guys think what we spoke about in this video is going to happen, or do you guys disagree? Do you guys believe something else is going to be going down? Post your comments down below, guys. Thank you all for watching once again. Check out the Dai Shinkan Emosh's channel. What was that?
Before we go, hashtag fuck Chi-Chi for for trying to ruin Goten's training routine, man. That shit has to stop. Enough of Chi-Chi. Fuck
Hashtag
Chi-Chi.
fuck Chi-Chi in the comments below, guys. Thank you all for watching. Check out Emosh's channel. I will link it down below. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe for more awesome daily content. If you guys are stoked for this arc, go ahead and leave a like down below, guys. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be seeing you all in the next video. Take it easy, guys. Peace.